I want to show you something for you to be aware of it. It might be up your alley. There's a couple roles that you can go for this, but one stands way out for me. It's a role that has a ton of power with what it does, and with what it does, no other sniper can do it as good. And these seasonal weapons, Bungie's been really good about giving them out if you play the season, so you should be getting red borders. It's craftable, so maybe at the end of the season you have all of them, craft it. There's something here for PvE and the Crucible. Locus Locutus is a Stasis adaptive frame sniper rifle. And in the background, you're going to be seeing one role and one role only. I'm going to talk about PvE too, some other PvP roles, but this is the one that I wanted. It's fluted barrel, flared magwell, surplus, headstone, handling masterwork. I'm using it in trials with the Revenant Hunter. There's a ton to talk about with this combination, but let's talk about some of the changes that have happened. For the adaptive frame snipers, they decreased the body shot damage from 131 to 119. So in the gameplay, if you've noticed, I'm using Igneous Hammer. So that's 80 per crit. And like right here, you can go body crit with it, but it's 199. It's not going to down max resilience. So that's one of the big changes to sniper rifles. You can pair it with anything, but the 120 is going to be your best bet. They also increased the crit multiplier from 2.95 to 3.25. When you look at sniper rifles with headstone, we have a distant pull, Urukudanji, Thoughtless, and Thoughtless was the main one for a long time. Thoughtless had steady hands headstone, and for PvE, it had overflow firing line. But when I made the Thoughtless video, and all the sniper rifles to come out up until now, I have always wanted one with snapshot headstone, period. It would be one of the ultimate trials weapons, one of the ultimate denial weapons, and this one has a substitute, surplus. And on this weapon, I think it's actually going to be a little bit better. The whole deal with headstone in trials, PvP, precision final blow, you spawn at the crystal's location. So this is a one shot at any range. When you down them, it puts their ghost inside of it. So this means it's an extra step. They have to break the crystal, then they have to get the revive. And on your end, it's a ton of intel, because if the stone's still there, there's no way they can get a revive. So all of this is just trials rounds. Some aren't flashy, but a lot of them, it's doing exactly what it needs to do. We got the most handling possible with fluted barrel, handling masterwork. We have flared magwell. It's the best raw stats to the weapon, plus 15 reload, plus 5 stability. When you add in surplus, and you're running it on a stasis sub, and I have double melee, think Osmiomancy Warlock with double grenade, you're going to have the max charges a lot of the time, and even if this thing only has 1 or 2, it's still going to feel good. But with max surplus, it's 84 stability, 100 handling, 100 reload. I do have to talk about the head rush origin trait. It's horrible. Standing up after crouching for like 2.5 seconds, you get a brief period of improved handling and reload. Don't worry about it. It's a waste. But what surplus does for this weapon, paired with headstone, is pretty complete. You have the aim down sight speed that you need. You have the denial. And playing with Stasis, I'm using the big glacier, so not only can I spawn their orb in a crystal, but I can follow it up with a glacier grenade and just make it nearly impossible to get that res. They have to do a lot of work to get into it. It's one of the things that's been great. But altogether, we have the fast aim down sight speed, the fast stow, the fast ready, those like quick draw without the scalar. And then we have the stability. So 84 plus stability, that's helping your anti-flinch, it's helping your follow-up shots. Like, look how little this thing moves. Really, really good. I think it's going to be best with Stasis because of fissures and rhyme, all the things. Breaking a crystal, getting your grenade back, whatever it is, but who's to say you can't use it on a Void Lock or a Strand Hunter? The denial of the res is your main goal, and this is the best weapon to ever do it as far as sniper rifles. It is, because of surplus. And as I move forward playing trials and other game modes, I will be using this. A one-shot instant crystal covering up a res goes a long way. Not only that, as you're approaching, they're approaching, you can use that crystal as cover. Like, there's so much utility with it. You get enhanced headstone for plus 5 stability passively, and enhanced surplus has an even stronger effect. And to go along with it, it just has great stats as an adaptive. 61 aim assist, 40 zoom. And when we look at the other perks in the third column, Ensemble, Wellspring, Steady Hand, Surplus, Discord, Overflow, Keep Away, final column, Opening Shot, Under, Over, Firing Line, Box Breathing, High Ground, Headstone, Kill Clip. And the third column for PvE, it's going to be Overflow. After that, we have some niche things with Discord or Steady Hands. And for the Crucible, it's going to be Surplus. Like, I see a lot of people using Keep Away. Like, here's the deal with Keep Away. Increased reload, range, and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity. On a sniper rifle, it does not help you. Yes, you get 10 range, so it goes from 48 to 58. It's a sniper. Cool. That's not where your main benefit is. 30 reload speed. It's going to be good, but surplus matches that. Now, the accuracy cone growth, that's growth. So that means a follow-up shot. Your initial shot does not matter. And most of the time, you're doing initial shots, right? So in a lot of this gameplay, when I get a pick with the sniper rifle, If I had keep away, the only thing that helped me was plus 10 range, so it is bad on a sniper rifle. Now the fourth column for the Crucible, we have opening shot, headstone. Quick moment for box breathing. It's interesting. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Only do it when everything lines up. Like, remember I talked about Persuader the other day? After aiming down sights, yeah, you get the crit, but you also get 10% increased aim assist fall off distance. So if you have low zoom, low range, box breathing is going to help it tremendously at range. But that's not for this weapon. It comes down to opening shot or headstone. Now, with all the sniper rifles in the game in this slot, you need to consider what you have. Because I have an Eye of Soul that's snapshot opening shot. I'm going to use over this. And a lot of you will too, depending on what you have. But if you go surplus opening, that's great. It's going to be a good sniper. This thing feels great. But I think the true calling is this surplus headstone roll. It's so unique. It's the fastest at what it does. It's the best at what it does at a distance as a one-shot kill. So it comes mainly down to surplus in the third, then either opening shot or headstone in the fourth. Things are getting cheaper. They're doing away with different mats. Try them both. Definitely try headstone though. As far as sniping in the years of Destiny, it's a very special thing that it does. And the best part, it feels like any other sniper with snapshot. Stay away from keep away. I would have gone steady hands if surplus isn't there, but the choice is yours. Now, for PvE, let's remember we have a 15% buff coming up in PvE. Overflow firing line is right there. While within 15 meters of two allies, 20% more damage. You're going to change a little bit with your barrel and mag. You're going to put on a pitted mag, so the thing's going to get to 10 rounds. You put on backup mag, which you should, it's going to be 14 rounds. All of that's going to be firing line damage. You know, these weapons, the fusion, pretty good with the right roll. The hand cannon, really good with the right roll. Now, the sniper, I think it's got a great zoom level. And I'm not sure a lot of people see this surplus headstone roll. And it's not for everyone. But, you know, the whole goal of the channel always has been to show you some things that weapons can do. And this one does what it does really, really well. And I wanted to point it out. I think a lot of people gloss over the sniper because there's so many good snipers in the game. That and this thing just has a bad origin trait. So I get it. And I didn't put any PvE gameplay because snipers are just not good in PvE right now, besides for a select few. Once they get that damage buff, something like overflow firing line, yeah, that would be worth showing, but we can't until that buff comes. So I'm pretty firm on this thing. It's really unique, really special. And I'm not lying when I say I will be using this thing going forward in trials and in different game modes. It obviously pairs with Stasis the best. That's mostly because you can do a lot more lockdown with Stasis, and that's what you're doing with a sniper rifle. But you can lock down and do other things with other subs too. Maybe you're on Strand, get a headshot final blow, use the grapple right into the crystal, smash the crystal and the enemy trying to get the revive. There's a ton you can do. Destiny's a pretty wide game. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and I just wanted to point out something that this does pretty much the best. As the season's running out, you should have enough red borders if you're playing. Craft it, try it, see what it's all about. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Locus down below. What are your thoughts on it? Have you tried it out yet? I didn't talk about it, but you've seen in the gameplay, it's got an awesome scope. Clean, open, easy to hit shots with. Let's talk about it down below. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.